the cloud. All right, guys, awesome. Hey, this is Saravanan Ganesh. It's 10:58 a.m., so 2 minutes early, February 15th, 10:58 a.m., almost 11 a.m. Eastern. And I'm excited. I'm going to start a series of classes. Maybe it'll be every week. Maybe it'll be every other day. I don't know. We'll see as it goes, but I have quite a few slides prepared. Overview of SEO, that's where we'll start, obviously, but there's going to be a lot more than just SEO and ranking. We're going to be diving into a lot of things. Client acquisitions, exactly the stuff that we are using to make money. People in my course, what I teach them, the whole thing, going to jump into it. So maybe if you don't mind, guys, if you're watching on Facebook Live, if you can put a comment on where are you from, which city you're from. On the Facebook Live will be great. If you're on Zoom, you can still put it on Facebook Live. If not, you can put it in the Zoom chat as well. But just so I know where you guys are from, USA, UK, Australia, are you from Asia, which city you're from? And also if you can put something like, all right, Rob says Texas. Hey, Rob, long time, how are you, buddy? Rob says Texas. Let's say who else is from where? Let me just see. Nobody else. All right, so Rob Mullins says from Orange County, California. Okay. Rob Hoskins is Texas. Scott says Toronto. I think it says Toronto, right? Not Toronto. It's Toronto. Toronto, Canada, right, Scott? Give me a one of those, right?
That's right.
That is right. All right. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate if you guys can just mute yourselves and put it on the chat. Thank you. Ivan says Lisbon. Lisbon, Portugal. Is that right? Portugal. Wow. Okay. Awesome. Raihan says Bangladesh. All right. Bangladesh. Kamal. Hey, Kamal. How are you? Awesome, guys. This is good. We have people joining. I'm going to be diving a little bit into SEO and stuff, but let's just give it a couple more minutes. Tatenda says South Africa. All right. Shabaz says India. All right. Good to see you. Yep, absolutely. Exciting, guys. Good stuff. Also, throughout this masterclass, I'm hoping to have it an hour today. But I'm pretty sure because I got quite a few things prepared, it'll probably go for 2, 3, 4, 5 days. I don't know. It could be a couple of days. It could be more than half a dozen days. Because I really want to answer questions. I really want to see how I can help people. So throughout this masterclass, as you're watching, if you have questions on anything, if you are looking for specific answers, just put your question on the either the Zoom chat if you're in Zoom, or the Facebook Live chat, the comment section on the Facebook Live. So I can note it down. I can keep answering. But I'd love to know if you're a newbie, your experience. Maybe if you can put that. If you're a newbie to SEO, you want to learn the basics, put SEO newbie. If you experience your specific question, just put experience and in the comments or in the chat. And because I want to know why you're here. Okay, so even if you want to put something like, why are you even here? Like, what made you jump into this? Are you looking to learn something specific? Maybe put that in, okay, in the comment section, let me see how long, guys. In the comment section, in the Zoom chat, like, what are you specifically looking for? It could be learn everything from ground up. It could be something like, hey, I understand everything, but PBMs is big. Or like Mike says, learn to get clients. All right, there you go. Okay, specific. The more specific your questions are, the more specific my answers can be, right? Because if I don't know exactly, and there's a variety of people I'm sure. So somebody may be looking for, I don't know what SEO is, what ranking is, what is it? Somebody could be already ranking clients, you know how to rank, but you don't know client side. So Mike says, looking to learn how to get clients. All right, Scott says +1. All right, okay. So maybe that's what we will jump into. So, okay, so Rob says, I have a lot of knowledge in rank and rent, but not crack the code to build a consistent business. All right, Rob, Rob asked a great question, okay, because I see this over and over again. Ivan says getting started in SEO. Okay, so if you're in that boat where you are, Mike says exactly, awesome, because that's what I have prepared some slides for to cover today, and not just slides. We're going to go live. I'm going to help you pick, make sure you understand everything. So awesome. Shaba says intermediate. Is it possible to get leads from website without a GMB? Absolutely. We have a whole case study in my course where we have that, and I get calls every single day, and I will show that to you, Shabazz. If I don't show that to you by the end of the day, just remind me, okay? I'm going to share everything with you guys. All right, okay. But this is a great question Rob Mullins asks. Okay, I have the knowledge about rank and rent, but I haven't cracked the code to build a consistent business, picking the right city and seller site. Awesome, because that's something I've been there when I was working in a day job, and we're going to jump right in. I don't want to have any more fluff. We're going to jump right in. But I do want to tell you, I've been there where I was like, man, I learned from this guru and that guru and this YouTube videos and that Facebook group, but somehow it's still like a puzzle, and I'm unable to put it together to churn out consistent leads and rent out sites. And that's 90% of the people, that's where they are, I think. Okay, so let's jump. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see, more people joining. Gayan says, I have a WordPress and SEO knowledge. I'm looking to build a site and test rank and rent. All right, if you have SEO knowledge, rank and rent is the same thing. We cover that. It's SEO is clients. SEO is just the process of ranking a site. So whether you rank your own site or you're ranking a client site, it's the same process. So we're going to jump in here, guys. Here's just some ground rules, if you will. Appreciate if you can mute yourselves, guys. You can see I'm not using a webinar where these gurus use webinar jams and stuff, and they have these you can't see what the other person is asking, and they would pretend to be answering questions and say, hey, so and so from so and so. I'm transparent. Right here we got probably 13 people live on Zoom. We got let's see, another 13 on the Facebook, and it could be the same people I don't even know, and I don't care, because I just want to dive in. Even if I can help one person today see something like, okay, mind blown, I got this, Josh says, what's up, Josh? How are you doing? All right, let's jump in, guys. Again, as I'm jumping in and sharing my screen, you guys, if you have questions, put it on the Zoom chat, put it on Facebook, the live, so I can see. Make sure I got all this here. Okay, can you give me a 1 if you can see my screen? Give me a 1 if you can see my slides. Okay, I'm just bringing my slides. Give me a 1 if you can see my slides. Okay, Google Slides. All right, Mike says 1, 1, 1. Awesome, thank you, guys. Let me make sure I refresh Facebook and see Facebook is still live. Okay, great. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to cover a few things. Just for the benefit of some new people, I will be spending the first 5-10 minutes on the little bit of a basics, but I want to make sure it's not going to be very, very basic, because I think most people have some kind of a knowledge on that. So here we go, guys. What exactly are we going to cover today? Okay, awesome. 1, 1, 1. Thank you, guys. We're going to be covering this, okay? Rank and rent. Now, I'm not going to start at the basics. You probably know SEO is just search engine optimization, process of ranking websites, stuff like that. Rank and rent is a strategy. When I was in the job, I was doing a little bit of SEO and I had clients. And I found out that clients could also take a lot of your time, and was taking a lot of my time. So I kind of looked into something passive, and that's how I got into rank and rent, which is basically you rank your own websites and you rent it out. Okay, simple websites, and rent it out. And these companies or contractors or businesses you're renting these sites out to, you don't have to give them SEO reports. You don't have to worry about this keyword not on page 1 or ranking number 1, because they're not your SEO client. You are actually doing them a favor by sending them leads and renting out the site. So kind of a flat fee method instead of pay per lead. Okay, so that's that. Let me make sure I go to Facebook. because it seems to be freezing up a bit. I want to make sure the guys on Facebook Live can see me and hear me. Okay, I guess it looks like, okay, great. So who's this for? All right. I have a screenshot here from 2017. That's like 5 years ago, right? And there's a reason I have this, because this is in 2017, if I'm not wrong, I still had a day job, okay? And I was working in General Motors as an engineer, and I was making this through rank and rent sites. Nothing crazy. You don't see a $2,000 a month client or a $5,000 a month or a $10,000, nothing crazy. A $750 a month, $400 a month, $150 a month, something simple. But I started stacking these simple small websites up, and you know what? I was able to replace my job incomes to be able to walk away, right? So yes, with SEO skills, you can make, I know guys who make $200,000 a month from one website, okay? And that's maybe affiliate website, not local rank and rent. And that's all great and fine and dandy, but in my case, I wanted to just make $5,000 a month to be able to walk away from my job, okay? So we're going to start there, the basics, because without the basics, it doesn't matter, okay? You can forget the big numbers, okay? So again, for those who are just joining the Facebook Live, if there's anything specific you want me to cover, please put it in the live comments section. Or if you are jumping on Zoom, you can also put it in the chat, right? So here's what we're going to cover today. Here's the exact strategy I'm going to cover today that I use to create passive cash flow and fire my boss, okay? And I still use this today, right? Give me a 1 in the Facebook and Zoom if you would like this. The exact strategy I still use today. Now I have a team of 10 full-time employees, okay, in Philippines and India, where they do the whole thing and we churn out websites like crazy, okay? And I taught this to a lot of people, the exact strategy, and there's so many people who have created this, right? Passive income. So give me a 1 if you would love to learn this, right? The exact strategy that we still use, my students in the course use to create income. I'm not talking $5,000 a month income from a website. I'm talking $500 a month, $400 a month, $70 a month. As a matter of fact, all of these guys still exist, with the exception of this $150 a month guy, because this is the towing site and I've since sold the website back to the client itself, right? So this is ongoing recurring income. So we're going to be going over that. So yep, I see a lot of ones coming in. Thank you, thank you. Adil says, is it possible to get leads from a website without a GMB? Absolutely. Somebody else asked that. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you a live case study that we have in our course. I'm going to reveal my website. Everything doesn't have a GMB. It's got website. It gets leads. All right. This is something that is so very important. I'm going to go over it. Okay. It's called how to identify your freedom number. All right. This is simple. If anyone knows what a freedom number is, okay, put that in. It's basically how much money should you become. How much money should be coming in every month so you can live a life without worrying about your job or without worrying about your bills. I'm not talking taking care of a Lamborghini and flying to Hawaii in business class. I'm saying if all hell broke loose, you lost your job and all of that, whatever income you have now, as your clients and all that, what is the passive income, recurring revenue through rank and rent that should be coming in, the minimum number to be take care of your rent or mortgage, your car loan, kids' education, food on the table, maybe insurance. That's it. Just to live a life without worrying. I'm not saying it's buying all this extravagant stuff, just normal stuff. Okay. Can somebody give me a freedom number? All right, Mike Dale, give me a freedom number. Mike Dale says 5 or 6, 5K to 6K. Give me a freedom number, guys. How much money should you make? Okay, and also let me know why you think you haven't attained that number if you haven't. Okay, Raihan says 10K. Are you saying, Raihan, here's what I want to caution you. Okay, if I'm not wrong, you said you're in Bangladesh. Are you saying you need $10,000 a month? That's not your freedom number. That's the biggest mistake people make all again and again and again. Okay, $10,000 a month is awesome. If it comes, great. But I'm talking if whatever income you're making now as a family, if that stops today, your bills are taken care of, your basic bills, mortgage or rent for your home, car loan maybe, okay, if you have a car, kids' education, food on the table. Really, that's about it. Maybe some doctor's bills. That's it. Like, that's it. Okay. Rob says 15,000. Are you sure, Rob? Is that 15,000? If all hell broke loose, do you think you can live for less than that? Think about it. Okay. If for whatever reason, I don't want to sound negative or depressing, but let's say a recession hits, you know, let's say America is at war or whatever country is at war and everything, you really need $15,700 a month to live. Most Americans can live with $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month. That's more than enough. Okay, I'm talking bare minimum, guys, that you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so keep that in mind, because a lot of people, they think you need 10,000, 15,000. Maybe you need, I may be wrong, but I'm just saying for most people, a lot less is enough. Okay, so if you're here, all right, there you go. Rob says minimum freedom of 5K. That's more realistic. That's what I'm talking about, right? $5,000 a month. If that money keeps coming in through rank and rent, that's what I saw. When I was in a job, I hated going to a job. I hated leaving my wife, and then I had one kid, now I have two kids, and go to a job and sit there with politics and just, you know, sit in a cubicle for 8 hours, and you know how it is, right? And I was like, how much money should be coming in to walk away from the job? I can live in a small bedroom apartment. I don't have to have a 15-bedroom mansion. I don't have to have a big, huge lifestyle Bentley car. Just a normal life where I have peace of mind. And for me, it was 4,000 or 5,000, if I remember. Okay, and that's what I want to focus on. Now, once you have that, can you give me the reason why you do not have this freedom number coming into rank and rent? So I understand. Is it because you don't know how to rank? Is it because you think you're in Bangladesh and you need to have clients in the US to make the money? Is it because you think you're an introvert, you can't speak to clients? What is it? Okay. Scott says,
Yes,
Danny, can you mute yourself? Yes, guys, please mute yourselves, guys, because I'm not using all these expensive webinar jams, software, just normal Zoom, guys. I'm a very simple guy. Thank you. Okay. So if you haven't met your freedom number, ask yourself a question, why haven't you met your freedom number yet? Okay, but we'll go with that. But more importantly, we're going to cover this. We're going to go in depth on Google ranking. Okay. A lot of people think there's a lot of stuff to do to rank in Google, which may be true. We'll cover that. But in my opinion, and I've seen this time and time again, 3, 4, maybe 5 elements, if you take care of it, you can rank and make easy $700 to $1,000 a month. Rob says, I keep buying the next best thing. I need to get focused. Rob, I've been there. I'm sure 90% of the people here, 90% of SEO marketers, 90% of these entrepreneurs, we always have this, you know, shiny object syndrome. I've been there. Looking back, Mike says, yeah, same thing. Okay, looking back, I could have left my job a lot sooner if I had just realized I need to focus on one thing. Okay. I see this a lot of people doing that. We come with SEO and then we see rank and rent. Let's do rank and rent. Then somebody says YouTube ads, and then we go to YouTube ads, and somebody says TikTok ads, and then TikTok ads, and somebody says Bitcoin, crypto, stock trading. Right? I'm not saying we shouldn't go after those. Here's what I realized. When I was all over the place, I wasn't making progress. Then I decided, what was the number one thing in my life? I just want to leave my job. I just want to make enough money to leave my job. Okay. And to make that happen, I wanted it as hassle-free as possible. So to make that happen, I wanted recurring passive income with less headache, less of a headache or something. Rob says focus on one thing. You got it, Rob. Okay. So I just decided I'm going to focus on one thing that's going to give me passive income. So for the rest of my life, I don't have to worry about my bills, my freedom number, right? So if you have, let's say, if your freedom number, which is the amount of money that you need to come into, just put food on the table for your family, your kids, shelter, your home, your food, basic expenses. I can live. If the passive income is coming to that, I can live. And then if I want something, I want to go to Hawaii, I want to buy a Cadillac car, then I can go get an SEO client or do something else, look into another shiny object to make that extra income. But for my bills to take care so that me and my family don't have to worry about next month's bills, I needed passive income coming in. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So Guyan says shiny object syndrome. I read Amazon affiliate, e-commerce, SEO, link building. I didn't start. Perfect example, right? Guyan says, by the way, Guyan, on Zoom, you're direct messaging me. You can just message to everyone. So everyone can see it. But I've been there. Guyan has been reading about Amazon affiliate. I've been there too. Reading about e-commerce, reading about SEO, link building, okay? And you know how it is, okay? So we're going to go into that exact process to make your money and focus on one thing. And then most important, I think a lot of people are asking for this, hey, client acquisition, client acquisition, client acquisition. Let me tell you something, guys. As much as I'm talking to people here on live and all that, given a choice, I'm an introvert. I don't do a lot of lives. You don't see me a lot of YouTube videos and wrong that rah ha sales guy, because I just love to be me and my computer, me and Netflix, me and my family. Like I'm not a rah sales person. Nothing wrong with that. If you have that, awesome, great. For a long time, I was thinking I had to have this sales knack or some kind of a skill to be able to go and get sales. Here's what I found out, and I'm going to go through stuff that I tried, and I'm going to show you in today's, hopefully today's masterclass. If not, we'll have a second or third class. I'm going to show you a couple of client acquisition methods that you can make money. Okay, sounds good? Give me a yes if it sounds good. We'll jump in, guys. Give me a yes. So I know people are excited. People like to do that. Or if you want to want to hear about something else too, if you are looking for specifically learning, you want to learn something else, put that too. But give me a yes. All right. Mike says, Rob says, you have to go. Mike says, welfare of students. My students are doing great. Thank you. Josh says, yes for introverts out there. All right. Yep. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Because, hey, nothing wrong with extroverts, but I don't want to be going rah sales guy. Nothing wrong with sales guys, but given a choice, if you can sit and make money, I'd do that. Okay. So let's jump in, guys. I'm not going to go a lot more fluff. We're going to dive in right now. 20 minutes done already. Okay. First and foremost, you need to understand some things. Okay. A lot of people here read, and I've been there. I think I know rank and rent. I think I know digital real estate. Once you truly understand why I'm focused on this, once I understood this, then I became focused. Then I left YouTube ads and TikTok ads, and now I could focus on one thing and get out of my job. Once you get out of your job, get your freedom number, get to at least $10,000 a month, then you can afford to pay somebody to run this, and then you can put your time into other shiny objects. Does that make sense? Like in my case, 4 years ago, when I decided I'm going to focus on rank and rent, I just went rank and rent. People were talking about Facebook ads, YouTube ads were coming, all of those things. I said, all is great. YouTube is going to be another 5 years too, right? I'll learn it 5 years later. I'm going to focus on rank and rent because passive income. And I did that. Now I have a 10 people team. It's mostly passive. 1 hour a day, I have a meeting with the project manager and a couple of people in my team. They're running, the business runs by itself. Now I'm putting a little bit of my time to do some stock market trading because I like that. Okay, maybe an hour or two a day I put in stock market trading just to learn something, that's my passion. Okay, some interest. Okay, but if I had said, hey, I have a job that I'm going to learn rank and rent, then I'm going to do stock market trading, I would probably still be in a job. Make sense? Okay. Mike says, how well are students performing? I'm going to show you some case studies of students. It's going to blow your mind, Mike. Okay, right. So rank and rent, for those of you who don't know, okay, and I think most of you will know, is basically we own the website, we rent it out. Now I want to go into why it's lucrative, and I'm going to have the comparison. Okay, so that's the exact process. I mean, the rank and rent is the exact strategy that I used. All right, to do my job. So here it is, right? Who's asking about students? Mike was asking about how I have students. Okay, here are some case studies. This is from a couple of years ago. This guy here, Greg, he's a retired, if I'm not wrong, okay, retired from his job of 30-40 years, and then he got into rank and rent. This guy here, his keywords ranking, he understood and all that. But here is something from like last week. This is like, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see this like few days ago. Okay, this person is a total newbie. Okay, Rob here, this person here, he joined my course maybe in August, June, maybe like 6 months ago. Like he couldn't spell SEO. That's what he was. Okay, he's like, what is SEO? But every single coaching call we have on for our paid group, he would come, he would ask questions, he would learn, he'd go through the course videos and all that. He would make the mistakes and fail, and then 3 months since started learning the process, he rented this out for $650 a month. His process, his website. Okay, the secret is not because my process or anything. The secret is he put the work, but more importantly, he picked the right niche. Somebody was talking about that. How do you pick the right niche? And that's exactly what we're going to cover today. Okay, that's what it is. Here is Dora. This is like a week ago, 4 days ago. She posted this in the group, and she messaged it to me, and I posted it in the group also. She's new too. Okay, she has a full-time job. She does yoga. She's a yoga instructor part-time. And then in her lunchtime and a couple hours in the evening, she started learning SEO from me and through my course, messaging me. That's one thing in my group is like, I'm always there one-on-one. Message me, Skype me, Facebook message me, come on the coaching calls. And she found the first guy. She's well on her way. Okay, so that's that. Here's a couple of stories that are big stories. You may have seen the videos in my YouTube channel. You may not have seen the videos in my YouTube channel. But this is Victoria. When the pandemic hit 2020 March, she lost her job. She was a travel blogger, no travel, right? She was panicking. She started following a few YouTubers and SEO gurus, and she got a hold of my free Facebook group and the free ebook in the group. If you don't know those, go check it out in the file section in the Facebook group. And she joined my course, okay? And this is November 2021 in the YouTube channel. I put this, but she basically was saying, hey, remember when I asked you if I can make 6K a month? That was 1 year ago. You think I can make 60K a month? She now runs a successful SEO agency for personal injury lawyers. She is actually invited to speak at SEO conferences, and she'll be the first one to tell she joined my course and said, so I'm not promoting my course. I have a course. You're welcome to join. That's not the point. But the point is, if you focus on what I keep hopping on again, focus on rank and rent, focus on SEO, learn one skill. Don't go for shiny objects like everything else. Become so good at this one thing because it'll bring you passive income. Then once you make 10K a month, you can hire some people to run that company for you. And then you do YouTube ads or stock trading or Bitcoin or travel or whatever you want to do. Make sense? Here's a guy, a new student walks away from his job in 4 months. Okay, I don't want to go into details, okay? We basically put him on, like this video talks about it, okay? So here's the thing, guys. Who here, okay? Give me a me if you want me to pick one of you and walk you through the steps to be able to replace your job income or get your freedom number. Give me a yes, it's me, I need it. Like, I really want to find somebody who is really like, I need this, okay? Because, okay, Dhaval says me, Mike says me, Gayan says me. Okay, a lot of people says me. Okay, here's the history I'll give you. When we had this coaching call in my group, he was in my course, August of 2020, a year and a half ago. I asked the same question. A lot of people said me, okay? And a lot of people gave reasons. One person said, I need to pay my house. One person said, I need to buy a car. This guy said, I hate my job. I need to leave my job. I'm actually sitting in the car during the job hours, sitting in the car park in my car, listening to you because I want to break free of my job. And that's why I picked him. So if you don't mind, give me a reason why I should pick you. Like, why you? When Josh says Sarah is a great guy, don't take it for granted. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. Okay. Give me a reason, like, why you? Is it because you want to leave your job? Is it because you want to make some money to pay your business, pay your home? Maybe you want to make enough money so you can bring your wife home. Like, why? Okay. Mike says, I'm trying to keep hold of the house. Okay. So looks like you're going to lose your house. Okay. So Mike is up there contending. He's a big contender there. Okay. Why I should pick somebody. So put it in the chat or Zoom chat or Facebook comment why you are. I'll keep looking at it. Okay, so let's keep going. I don't want to take too much time, right? These are more, I don't even have to go through these guys. If you know exactly what to do. Gayan says, I want to move out of my country. Gayan, which country are you? Where are you right now? Are you in Sri Lanka? I want to move out of the country. Okay. Shaba says, I'm getting married and I'm unemployed. Oh, Shabazz, we need to get you. All right, Guy wants to move out of Sri Lanka. All right, Guy, I'm originally from Sri Lanka. I know what you feel exactly. Got it. Shaba says, I want to get married and I'm unemployed. Okay, that's big. You don't want your wife to think you're unemployed. Okay, let's see what we can do. All right. Great, guys. Let's keep going. Okay, we'll pick somebody. Don't worry about that. Okay, but here's some more stories. I don't want to bore you with more stories. Okay, let's jump in. Okay. Here is the other thing I want you to understand. There are a lot of courses out there, YouTube videos, Facebook groups. They all teach you a skill, coaching, good coaching available. Okay. What I think is important that I did not have, that I realize a lot of people do not have now, especially as you're trying to get to where you want to go, is mentorship. What do I mean by that? Okay. Okay, cool. What do I mean by that? Coaching is learning the skill. So you have my coaching, basically means you can guide you on rank and rent, learning the process. So it took me a good 3 years to learn the whole process and become financially free. And then another 4 years or 5 years now I've been teaching this. So I have about, let's say, 8 years of experience, right? Do you think if you learn from me, you'll become proficient at this faster if you're a good student? That's coaching, okay? Well, there's a whole mentorship program, okay? What do I mean by mentorship? That's everything outside of learning that skill, okay? Your mindset, okay? You cannot build $1 million business or even a $10,000 a month business with a penny mindset. I see that big time. I see people hitting me up. I'll give you an example. A vendor hit me up the other day saying he can do reviews. I'm like, okay, how much is the reviews? And he's like, whatever he said, 3 reviews, 4 reviews. And I ordered a bunch of reviews. And it's like, he sends me his PayPal link. He's like, when can you pay? When can you pay? When can you pay? Pay. I'm like, dude, you just hit me up for sell something. I haven't even like vetted you out or anything. Just the fact that you're panicking and say, pay, your desperation comes across to me. I don't think I want to even do business with you. Does that make sense? Right? Give me a one if it makes sense, guys. Because that's mentorship, okay? That's mindset. And that's what happens when without the mentorship, the mindset, if you go and talk to a client or a potential client, he can read through you. You don't want to be desperate, okay? Entrepreneurship is not built that way, okay? You need to be able to have the right mindset, the way to think right. That's what I mean by mentorship, okay? I've seen that come across again and again and again. People panicking a lot, okay? So Mike says 1, Chatendra says 1, Double says 1, awesome, great. Sue says, I have a course, but I need your help to get it work for me. Sue, you need to jump on the coaching calls or watch the recordings, okay? But this Thursday, that's tomorrow, no, Thursday is day after tomorrow, jump on the 1 hour, the 1 p.m. Eastern coaching calls we have. I'll help you out. Adil says financial freedom and spend the percentage charity. So that's what Adil says. The more I learn, okay, great, awesome, okay? Dawal says, I was running an agency. For some reason, I had to take a job. I would badly wish I want to get back doing what I enjoy, helping clients. Got it. Okay. Yeah. See, there are people have all these different reasons. Great. I'm not saying one is a good reason, the other is bad, but you need both of this. Okay. Now let's just jump in. Okay. So before diving into ranking, SEO, making money, I'm going to show you all that. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Today we'll go for another half an hour. I'm pretty sure we won't cover everything. We will have 1 more, maybe 5 more days. Doesn't matter. I want to make sure we make money. Everyone makes money. But you need to understand a few things, because once you understand this, then everything will become clear. Okay. When the why is clear, the how will figure it out. Does it make sense? Okay. So here is something you want to learn fast. Okay. 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever it was, there was a recession. Whether you were in the USA, whether you were in UK, in Asia, it doesn't matter. A lot of people lost jobs. A lot of companies went bankrupt. If you ask the layman, the average person out there, what happened? You lost your job. Why did people lose jobs? They'll say, oh, recession. Okay. Really, if you think about it, new technologies replaced old. 10 years ago, there was a recession, housing crash here, and the stock market crash in the US and all that. But why, if you really start understanding, people started moving from different technologies like flip-flop phones to apps and stuff like that, right? If you think about it, in the last 10 years, all these new technology, iPhone apps was launched around that time. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube were just small companies. Uber and Airbnb were not even there in 2008. Does that make sense? But these companies now provide millions of jobs, millions of businesses, millions of people's livelihood that dependent on these technologies. Make sense? So people are forced to learn new technologies and take on careers. I remember in 2008, I have a good friend. He was in IT. He studied IT, and then he lost his job. For about 8 months, he was searching for a job. He couldn't get a job. And then he started learning nursing. He went into the nursing field. He's a nurse now. And the reason he gave was because nursing is evergreen. I will never have to worry about a job. But guess what now? COVID and all of that, vaccinations, he lost his job again. Whatever, that's a different story. So it's not about the industry or whatever, it's technology, okay? Now, here is the present. The last 1 year, 2 years, the pandemic. Okay, Josh says, it's like COVID. They have the people. Exactly, Josh, you got it, right? Last 2 years, okay, pandemic. You call it the pandemic, you call it the fake pandemic, you call it the real pandemic, you call it recession, uncertainty. Okay, we can all agree on that, right? Ask the average guy out there, what happened? Why are people losing jobs? He'll say because companies went bankrupt, okay? But if you really think about it, new technologies replaced old. That's why this is happening. Does that make sense? Okay. Work from home. Here, let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. All of these is happening now, right? My cousin sister in Australia is a doctor. I FaceTimed her the other day and she was at home. And I'm like, you know what today? She's like, I'm working from home. I'm like, you're a doctor. How can a doctor work from home? And she said for 3 days a week, she works from home, and through Zoom and FaceTime, she treats the customers, the patients. They can tell the symptoms that she can tell. And she allocates 2 days where she has to go to the doctor, the clinic, the hospital, and all the appointments those 2 days, right? Everything is changing. Does that make sense? Telemedicine, there you go. Awesome. Rob says telemedicine, okay? So what is the business of yesterday do? Consolidate power. What are the business of tomorrow do? Distribute power, okay? Nobody teaches you this, guys, okay? And I'm going to show you why I'm showing you this. This is not fluff to just fill up my slides. No, I'm going to show you why, okay? Think about it. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you had to be in Hollywood to be famous, on screen. Now, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Has anyone heard of Mr. Beast on YouTube? Okay, Mr. Beast or Gary Vee. He's not on Hollywood or they're on YouTube, right? People are making money. You can get followers through this, okay? This consolidated power, this is distributing power. Transportation, same thing, okay? I don't want to go into details. Big companies, but now Uber and Lyft. That's what happening is commerce now. Before it was Amazon was the only choice. Now it's Shopify and Ball and all these companies, okay? So why am I saying all this? Here is where the future is going. You need to know where the future is going to be able to align yourself with the future so you are well equipped to be able to survive, not just survive, but thrive, okay? But without knowing the past and the future, you can't see the patterns, right? To see the future. Does that make sense? Can you give me a mind blown if you're mind blown in the Facebook group, live or the Zoom? And if you're not mind blown, just get me, whatever, right? So just so I know, give me a mind blown if it makes sense. Give me a nah, okay? So I know where you are, guys. If you don't mind, okay? Rob says good stuff. Awesome. Yeah, thank you, guys. Okay, just give me that so I understand. Let me refresh Facebook so I see people on Facebook here. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So Aris is mind blown, Shabir is mind blown. Thank you, guys. Okay, I appreciate that. Okay. So here is the future, right? Video-based learning, remote learning, 5G, you name it. Okay. Why am I saying all this? Because people will be forced to learn new technologies and learn new careers. And I don't want to keep learning new technologies and learning new skills. When I was in my 20s, okay, 30s, late 30s, 40s, I don't want to be learning a new skill every time and upgrade. I just want to relax and have passive income coming in. Okay. We all have our dreams and goals. To have our dreams and goals, to travel, to live free, not rush to a job, enough time to make, time and money, we need to have passive income. And to build a passive income, we need to build an asset. Asset is anything that provides an income. Okay. I don't even want to go into all this. Okay. But you get the point, right? Here is what I mean, guys. Understand this. Nobody taught me this in school, in university, in college, right? Asset is anything that puts money in a pocket. Liability is anything that takes money from a pocket. I watched Robert Kiyosaki and he used to confuse me. All these real estate guys, right? Asset, liability, cash flow, financial statements. I'm a simple guy. When I understood that asset is anything that puts money in a pocket, I realized the wealthy have asset and that's how they make money, right? My house is not an asset. Why? Because I'm paying mortgage. It's taking money from me. Once the mortgage is paid off and I have equity built in, then it can become an asset. Does that make sense? A lot of people are confused this way. Okay. So let's jump in, right? Sorry about this. This is a unwanted slide. Here is something they don't teach you at school. I just taught you asset versus liability. You get that, right? But here is, sorry about that. That's also, we covered that. Here is what I mean by that. You know this dude, Prince Harry, right? He moved from UK to the US 3, 4, 5 years ago. He ain't looking for a job. Gayan, you said you want to get out of your country in Sri Lanka, right? If you move to USA, do you think you have to look for a job? If you're there, can you give me a yes or a no? If you move to a new country, do you think you have to look for a job? Anybody, if you think you move to a new country, do you think you have to look for a job? Anybody? Give me a yes. Give me a no if you think you don't need to look for a job. Give me a yes if you think you need to look for a job. Anybody in the Zoom chat? Anybody in Facebook? Anybody? You guys there? You guys lost me? Are you there? Give me a yes if you move to a new country. Do you think you're looking for a job? Most people, yes, right? Think about it. But this guy is not looking for a job. You know why? Because his grandma, the queen, she is the largest landowner in the world. That asset is real estate. Does that make sense? Nick says, yes, thank you, Nick. Right? That's why he's goofing off in Super Bowl without a mask. Right? I'm not saying right or wrong, but he's not looking for a job. Right? You and I, most likely, if you're going to a new country to live, you may have to look for a job. Right? So where I'm going is the power of real estate. Everybody knows. Queen Elizabeth owns 6.6 billion acres. No wonder she's queen. She's got the money. This guy's, his father's funding everything for whatever stupid things he's doing, right? But very few people know how to leverage digital real estate. The simple way. There's a lot of people talking about the metaverse and all of the crazy shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking the simple way to leverage digital real estate. So now we're jumping into it, okay? Last couple of slides on why, because once you understand this, then you'll understand a lot more about rank and rank, okay? So why real estate? Why digital real estate, sorry, okay? Here's the thing. Everybody says real estate is the holy grail for passive income, right? Think about it. If you want to make $1,000 passive income, do you think you need to maybe buy a $100,000 property? Really, with the inflation right now, it's probably like you need to buy a $200,000 property and rent it out to make $1,000 a month. Let's say you get a bank loan, you still have to put 20% down. You still have to go through and find a good tenant, go through a credit check and all that. And after paying the mortgage, you probably will make $100 a month. You know what I'm saying? $100 a month cash flow, right? So you have to put $20K to make $100, $200, maybe $500 a month. Okay, and then all the hassles of bank loans and fixing the property and all that. What I'm going to show you is digital real estate. To make $1,000 a month, let's forget 1,000, let's just say $500 a month. What do you need? You need to buy a $12 domain. We're going to go through that. You need to invest $200 to $500 one time. Where do you need to invest that? If you learn the skill of writing, content writing, on-page optimization, off-page optimization, and website design, you don't even have to invest this. But let's say you're like, I'm not technical, I don't want to learn website design. You can find people, and I'm going to show you where for $200 to $500 one-time investment, you can be able to create a cash flow of $300 to $500 a month. Does that make sense? Right? Those in Zoom, okay, if this makes sense, give me a yes, please. Those in the Facebook, you can put a yes in the comment section. You can double say yes, okay? So this is what we want to go after. Awesome. Mike Mindy says that, Rob says that, Diane says, okay, awesome, guys, okay? So is there an investment to make money in rank and rent? Yes, it's not zero. If you learn the skills yourself, you have to decide. You have the time, you can learn the skills and put the time. You don't have the time, you can, I'll show you everything. I'll show you places where you can find people in the Philippines for cheap. They'll do it for you and you still make the cash flow, okay? So having said all this, we're going to start jumping into rank and rent. Why rank and rent? Small businesses, man. This is the lifeline, bloodline, how I want to call it, of the economy in any country. USA, Australia, UK, small businesses run the economy, right? There are so many million small businesses. And guess what all of them want? All of them want clients. That's where you and I come in. If you think you can help these small businesses, do you think these small businesses are willing to pay you? That's the whole idea, okay? So now we're diving into rank and rent, okay? So I know a lot of people are like, some people are like, man, this made sense, I'm jumping in, or let's dive into it. Some people are like, dive into rank and rent, the nitty-gritty technical. I get you, but I had to go through that so you understand, so you realize that you understand the potential of this, okay? So Rob says, will you talk about which sort of small businesses are ideal? Exactly, Rob. I'm not even getting started, buddy. We're just going a 30,000 foot view right now. It's slowly coming and landing the plane down. We're going to zoom in. You're going to be learning, it may not be today, maybe the next couple of days as we have these classes, you're going to be learning stuff. I guarantee you, no other SEO guy is teaching. A lot of SEO guys, what I realized, gurus, they're so good at marketing themselves. I'm not good at marketing. I don't do these webinars out there and say this and that, and I'm just me, because once you understand you can make money ongoing ranking, I mean, you don't need to go be a guru and shout at the top of your voice every day, right? And that's what I realized. Okay, so we're going to dive into it. Okay, so let's go. So this is a small city called Ann Arbor. Okay. Josh says other people push it hard to make them to look great. Exactly. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that, right? Ann Arbor is a small city near my home in Michigan, 100,000 population city, 100,000 population. Okay, it's got a lot of wood stuff, a lot of trees there, though. Okay, University of Ann Arbor, you may have heard of it, right? I have this plugin called Keywords Everywhere. You can get it. It's a paid tool, but you don't even need this. I'm going to show you other free tools. But just to give an example, look at this. There are 170 people a month searching for this keyword in a small city of 100,000 population. 170 people, searching for tree removal services in this city every single month. Make sense? Okay. This is another city, Livonia. It's like 90,000 population. Okay, these are all smaller cities. Okay, I'm going to dive into all this. Okay, about 70 people a month searching. Now, here is a screenshot I have. The average tree removal job, the average cost is $1,200. Highest cost is $2,000. Lowest cost is $400. Right? So in a small city like Livonia, this is 70 searches a month. Okay, 70 people searching for this. The average cost is this. Now, what rank and rent is, we're going to learn to put up our own website and rank it in the top here. A GMB listing here, we'll cover that. A rank and rent site here, we'll cover that. If you can learn to rank your website here, and trust me, it's a lot simpler if you learn the basics. You think you can send out of 70 people, you can send in 7 customers, like 10%. Like you can get 7 people call your website, and you can put a call forwarding number on the website and forward that number to a real tree company. So let's say you have a website that's ranking here. It's got 7 calls a month coming in. That's it. I'm not saying 1,500 calls. 7 people a month call. That's it. And all of these people are just going for the smallest, lowest tree jobs. They're all just looking for small ones. That means you're still sending $2,800 of revenue to a tree company. Does that make sense? Okay. Now let's just take it one notch higher. Instead of 7, if 10 people call your website and the average is 1,200, then you're sending him $12,000 a month of revenue. If you go one step higher and a lot more people call you, like 70 people a month searching, 15 customers can call you. And this is just one keyword, tree removal. I haven't looked into tree trimming, stump grinding, tree service, whatever else. Got it? Just one keyword. You can potentially send $30,000 a month, right? So now let's just take the average. This 10 customers is easy. I'm talking about a month, guys, not a week, right? 10 customers a month. It's only like 2.5 people a week calling your website. A small rinky-dinky website I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a live example. Okay. Just that. Okay. And they all order just a $1,200 average jobs. Nobody says 2,000, 3,000. Okay. That means you're sending $12,000 a month of business to a tree company. Now, those of you who are on Zoom and in Facebook Live, let me know this, okay? If you have a website and you are able to send $12,000 of business, new revenue, to a tree company, how much money do you think, if you call up the tree guy and says, listen, I just sent you $12,000 this month, you may be the most introvert, the most shy guy in the world, girl or guy or girl. But if you say, I've sent you $12,000 of business this month, I can send you again another $12,000 next month. How much do you think he is willing to pay you? Give me a number. If you had a website producing $12,000 of business to a tree company, with your skills, maybe you're an introvert, maybe you're a salesperson, how much money can you get that client to pay? Mike says 10%, so $1,200. Mike says $1,200. Okay, anybody else? Double says easy 10%. Okay, $1,200. Anybody else? Come on, guys. Give to me. Is there any salesperson? Ethan says 1.2K. There you go. 1.2K. I didn't say $1,000 easy. You see where I'm going with that? If you're a good salesperson, you can make a lot more. But let's just keep it at small 10%. $1,200 a month, $1,000 a month. Let's say you're such a bad. Shaba says 6%. Okay, so great. Okay, let's say it's only 6%. What's 6% of 12,000? I don't know. 10% is 1,200, like $700. What did you do? What did you do? How much did you spend? You spent, I'm going to show you, only $300 or $500 one time. Even let's say you spent $1,000 one time. When I say one time, over a period of 3 months in ranking, let's say you spend $1,000 to rank this. To rank this site, you don't have to spend $1,000, but let's just say you are now, and you only rented it for $700 a month. That's month after month after month. We have brought it to a science, guys, in my group, in my course, where you spend $200 to rank a website, and you find a niche, you can rent it for $200 a month. You find a niche, and it'll take you $2,000 a month to rank the site. It's gonna pay you $2,000 a month, month after month. Does that make sense? Nick says $2,400. All right, Nick is a sales guy. Nick is he's more confident of his sales skills. Go for it, Nick. He says if he sends $12,000 of business to a new company, he can get that guy to pay $2,400. Absolutely. Most of these guys are paying money for crappy leads in Home Advisor. We'll go into that later on. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's just tree guys. Okay. I have a lawyer rank and run site. He's paying me $3,000 a month. Okay. DUI lawyers. Look at this. This is what city is this? Is a different city, but you get the idea. Look at the search volume. So once you learn, of course, start slow, start small, but you can scale it higher. My first website was $300 a month, free service company in a small. pre-sales website in a small city. Okay. Now I have a couple of $3,000 websites also, right? I know guys who make a lot more than that also. There's a student in my course. Last August, he told us, and I think I posted it also. He made $80,000 a month, all rank and rent passive websites. No, not SEO clients, nothing else. Rank and rent, $80,000 a month. Okay, so you can scale it. How much is the DUI paying me? He's paying me $3,000 a month. He can pay me a lot more. Like I said, I'm not the best salesperson. Nick here probably can get him to pay a lot more, but you get the idea. Okay. All right. Let's keep going, guys. Okay. Here is the call volume from 3-4 years ago for one of my 3 sites. Look at that. 10 calls a day. Average 5 calls a day. Easy. You see that? And this is a tree website. It's seasonal. So you can see in November, December is less. And then over summer, it goes up. You see that? So you can, if you're sending him 15 calls a day, now he can pick and choose the best jobs he want to get. He'll become your best friend. Gaurav says, did we see how many sites he's renting? I don't know that, but he's got 80K a month coming in. Rob says, working with lawyers is hard. I don't want to deal with different clients. Awesome. Great point Rob makes. Okay. Rob says, working with lawyers is hard. And that is true. Okay. I do personal injury lawyers. They can be hard at times, asking for reports and all that, and this is SEO clients. But when you do rank and rent, Rob, like my lawyer rank and rent site, once you rented it out, all he wanted was to put a line there saying that this website is owned by this law firm, so he doesn't get into trouble. Okay, and that's the whole thing. So you can do a lot more. But like I said, yeah, why go after lawyers? I'm going to show you niches, low-hanging fruits. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave you with the homework so that you can make your money. Okay. This is something more recently, I believe last month or something, some of the calls coming in. This is some of the rankings we have. Like you see this here, this 1.1, this column here, this is maps ranking. This is organic ranking. So organic, we are on page 1 for these crazy keywords. This is maps. If you're ranking for so many keywords in maps, you will get calls. Okay. Let's keep going quickly, guys. Okay. Another, is it okay if I take another 10-15 minutes? Is that okay with you guys? Give me a yes if it's 10-15 minutes. Give me a no, go away if you guys are bored. Okay. Give me a yes if it's over 10-15 minutes. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Rob says good stuff. Mike says yes, yes, guys. Okay. Awesome. Let's keep going. Okay. Here's what it is. Okay. I know it's February 14th, 15th now. I know we don't make, most people make New Year resolutions in January. They don't make New Year resolutions on February 15th. But we, as a community, let's make a decision today, February 15th, that the next 6 months, 6 to 10 months, you can do it in 6 months the way I show you, but let's 6 to 10 months, we are going to, whoever you are, you're going to make $10,000 a month passive income. You can make $10,000 a month, go get a client, couple of clients tomorrow. I'm not talking about that. We will cover that too in client acquisition, but passive income, let's have that goal. Okay, even if it's only half true, you only make 5,000 after 10 months, it'll be worth it. Okay. Okay. Let's jump into it, guys. Let's keep going in it. Where am I? Here we go. So here is what I want to understand. Once I understood this, rank and rent, before that, I was in a day job. I was like 9-to-5 job, stressed out. I wanted to travel, all that stuff. I was like, what can I do, right? Then I asked this question. I asked 2 questions. What do I really want? Yes, I wanted the Lamborghini. I wanted to fly to different places and all that. But at that point in time, my number 1 goal was to be able to leave my job and live my own life, right? But be able to put food on the table for my wife and kid. Right now I have 2 kids, then I have 1 kid. Okay, you get the idea? That's what I wanted to do. So right now, ask yourself, what do you really want? That's why I tie up the freedom number. If you don't know the minimum amount of money that has to be coming in for you to live a normal life, I'm not talking a flashy lifestyle. Live a normal life where you can spend time with your family and do nothing else and your bills are taken care of. What is that, number 1? Okay, what is that really? What do you really want? And then how much money? That's the freedom number. How much money should I keep coming in every single month after month? For me, it was like 4 to 5 grand. I believe it was somewhere on that 4,500 or something. So once I knew that, let's just say, can somebody throw a freedom number, guys? Somebody said 5,000, but give me a realistic freedom number if it's more clear now. Anybody? Adil, Shabazz, Gayan, Mike, Rob, Dhaval, Rob Mullins, anybody? Gaurav, give me a. Okay, Rob says 3 to 5K. No, Rob, give me one number. Rob, you need to make it crystal clear. 500. Okay, Dhaval says $3,500. Okay, Dhaval says $3,500 a month, coming in month after month. He can be a free man in a free country. Okay, so then what we will do, we will backtrack it. Okay, if one website can bring us $1,200, let's not even go $1,200. Let's just say $700. Okay, remember my first few websites was 750, 300, 500. An average website can easily bring you 750, right? Then once you know that one website brings you 750, Dhaval needs 3,500 a month. How many websites does Dhaval need rented out? How many assets? How many properties? 5. Dhaval, that's it. Now you see, it's such a simple number. You need 5 freaking websites. You don't need to learn Facebook ads and YouTube ads and TikTok and this. Rob says I'm retired, so 3K. Oh my God, Rob, you're retired already? Dude, 3K, you get it 3 websites, you could be traveling the world in style if you're retired and you have the time in your hands, man. I'm telling you. Okay? But 5 websites. Is that a simpler number? Adil says I'm unclear on a freedom number. To be honest, my goal is setting a 5,000 month goal by end of 2022. I will take care of my kitchen money, saving, scaling. Okay. Okay, so it's 5,000 a month for you. Don't worry about that. Okay. Rob, age 72. Oh God, Rob. You could be living like the Playboy guy who was living at age 72 with 1 million girlfriends. Like, I mean, of course, don't tell your wife that, but you know what I'm saying, okay? By the way, Rob, we have quite a few guys at your age who have done that in my course, okay? Josh says I got 45. How many more do I need? So you got 45 websites going. All right, Josh is killing it, man. Josh is something else, okay? That's a whole idea. So, but you understand, Dhaval, and most of people in the situation right now, like Dhaval, you need 5 websites, maybe 6 to 7 max websites. Such a simple number. You don't have to worry about everything else, because sometimes the mind plays like, ooh, I got to be learning all this stuff. Okay, so let's jump into the details, guys. I don't want to go. Once I know this, then I became full-time in 1 year. Once this became clear, 1 year, 12 months, I walked out of my job. It wasn't a stupid, simple job. It was a 6-figure job. I was working for General Motors. I had my own car. The company gave me a car, a laptop, a phone, which was like awesome that time. Then I realized that's company's way of tying you down to work for them 24/7. If they keep giving you a car and a laptop and a phone, they can call you anytime and make you work, right? Oh, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, here's the end goal for today. Okay, I'm going to show you how to build simple websites that can generate free leads, no paid ads, no Google ads, no Facebook ads, and you can make ongoing passive income. All right, so let's jump into it, guys. 3 steps. That's it, period. Okay, 3 big steps. I'm going to go over the first step today. We're going to dive into that today, maybe another 10-15 minutes. Then you're going to have homework. And then maybe tomorrow, let's keep it Friday. We'll come back instead of tomorrow. Let's do it Friday. We'll come back and we'll continue. All right. So 3 steps. What are the 3 steps? Here it is. Ready? These are the 3 steps you need to know. You don't need to know a lot of anything else. You need to find a service-based business. Why? Because I'm going to show you why service-based business. Because when somebody Googles a service-based business like a plumber, they don't care where you're located. They just care that you, the plumber, comes to the house and fixes the stuff. Versus, let's say, a dentist, they have to look at the dentist location and see if it's close enough for them to drive to. So we are going for service-based business. Okay, we're going to choose a city in a population that there's enough population, at least 100,000 population. Usually 150,000 to 200,000 is a sweet spot. Make sense? Can you rank a website at 40,000 population city? Yes, but you may not get enough calls to be able to rent it for $500 to $700 a month. Make sense? And I'm going to go over that. Can you rank in a city like Chicago with 1.2 or 2 point some million population? Yes, but it's going to take a lot more time. You can make a lot more money. It's going to take a lot more time. So we're going to go in the sweet spot. 150,000 population, maybe 100,000 to 200,000 population. Find a sweet service-based business, and then we're going to combine both of these to be able to make that money. Okay. So here is one slide that you need to, if you're looking to get started. These are the two websites. I'm going to open each of them. Okay. That I lived by. I lived on these two websites every single day when I was in a day job and I wanted to just make my money, my freedom number, and leave my job. These two websites, I was visiting these every single day. I'm going to show you exactly what I was doing those days in these two websites. Okay. Here is the first one, Home Advisor. Right? Home Advisor will give you a list of all the service-based businesses that are already paying Home Advisor for leads, right? So somebody asked a question, are you going to cover what kind of service-based business you get into? Yes. Okay. These are the businesses we want to go after. Why? These guys are already paying Home Advisor money for leads. Make sense? So why do I want to reinvent the wheel and find out if I can go behind a lawyer or a dentist? I want to go after these guys. Okay. And let me also give you another tip. Most people, when they go for rank and rent or SEO clients, they'll go after the usual plumber, HVAC, maybe lawyer, dentist, maybe tree guy, concrete. Like these guys, these niches are like the most, everyone's behind those niches. But hey, how about the brick and stone guy? How about the foundation repair guy? How about the decks and fence guy? The painting guy? You see that? Okay. Josh says Home Advisor pays crap. That's so true. Okay. If you ask these guys how are the leads from Home Advisor, they'll be like, oh my God, Home Advisor, we are paying Home Advisor because we have nothing else. We have no other choice, but the leads suck. Rob says, how do you know which of these is a good low-hanging fruit? Awesome. I'm coming there, Rob. Patience, brother. I'm coming there. Okay. How do you know which of this is a low-hanging fruit? You don't know till you combine it with this website. This is just a website that gives me a list of cities by population. Now, I am in the US. If you are in Australia, you want to find a website that gives you a list of cities with population. Why? Here is why. You want to find a sweet spot, 100 to 250,000 population city, and you want to find a service. When you Google these two, and I'm going to show you right now, when you Google these two, you can look at a couple of things to see if it's a low-hanging fruit or not. Okay, so here is what I'm going to first do. All right, before I go into a low-hanging fruit, I'm going to just go dentist Chicago. Okay. Now, if you look at Dentist Chicago, right here, let it load fully. Look at that. There's 6,600 searches a month. If you rank for Dentist Chicago here, okay, chances are high you can rent it out for a big number. Tatunda says, are you going to share the slides you're going through? I can share the slides with you guys. Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. Yes. Let's do this, guys. Why don't you guys in the chat put your email, and I can email the slides to you guys. I think that would be the best thing. Or in the Facebook comments, put your email. I'm going to email the slides to you so you have it. Okay. Put your email in the Zoom chat or the Facebook live comments so I can email it to you guys. All right, do that. But ranking in Chicago is going to be very, very competitive. Okay, why? Look at these guys, 1,000 reviews, 121 reviews. Okay. If I do DUI lawyers in Chicago, okay, this is going to be a lot harder because a lot of reviews, number one. More than the reviews, I'm going to show you something called domain authority, DA, PA stuff that's going to let's go explain a few things to you, okay? But instead, if you look at these guys, okay, this is an example. They have a website, GMB, so many reviews and all that. But if I go and if I find a niche here, this is what I was doing when I was in the job. I would pick a niche, something here. I would go here and say, let me find a city, 100,000, 150,000 population. Norman, Oklahoma, looks good. And then I would Google that. So let's just pick a city, Norman, Oklahoma. Then I would go, just trial and error. I would go and say, tree, I like tree. And then I would do something like tree removal, Norman, Oklahoma, right? And I would do a search. And here is where, look, this is, I did this live. I don't have it free, whatever. I just picked it live, right? Here is where I show you, okay? How do you find if it's a low-hanging fruit? Why do you think this is a low-hanging fruit? Number one, it's got enough search volume. Number two, the number one guy in the map pack does not even have a website. You see it, guys? Anytime I see that, I love it. Why? Because I can put a website, right, in the GMB and optimize it the right way, and the chances are higher. Does that make sense? Okay, so number one thing you want to see is in the map pack to find a low-hanging fruit is if they don't have a website, awesome, go for it. Does that make sense? Josh says you can get number one on that. Exactly. Does that make sense? Give me a 1 if this makes sense. Okay. Give me a 2 if it doesn't make sense. Okay. How do you find if how do you know if it's a low-hanging fruit? Here is how. You pick a niche, could be anything. Pick a city in the population that we're looking for, 120,000, 150,000, that 100,000 to maybe 200,000, that population. And then you Google search, and if you most likely will find something that's like this. Like just this morning, I was preparing the slides and I found this one here. So I said painting, Taunton, Clark. So I went and searched for painting. I went and I found a city, Taunton. Let's see where Taunton is. THO or Taunton. Here, 140,000 population. And when I search for that, right? Look at this guy. Again, no website. So anytime I find these things like that, I'm excited. Why? There's search volume. Even 10 is good. Don't worry about that. Okay, none of these search tools are accurate. If it's a population of 100,000, you think there are enough people searching at least to get 2 to 3 calls a week? Yeah, right? So when you come here, this guy doesn't even have a website in the map pack, dude, I'm all for it, right? So number one thing, if they don't have a website, that's a low-hanging fruit, okay? Number two, right? This is the main keyword we're going after, right? Later on, we learn how to find other keywords also and rank for multiple keywords, but this is the main keyword, right? Is any of these GMB names the exact main keyword? So in other words, is any of these keyword GMB names, does it say painting Taunton, Colorado, CO? Painting Taunton, CO? No. Everyone's got painting in the name, which is the service, the niche, but no one's got the city Taunton over here. They got their brand name, company name, Eminem, accent, Dave. So if you put a GMB listing that says painting Taunton, CO, and you put a website to go with that says paintingtauntonco.com, chances are very, very high you will come screaming to the top. Eminem moved to Colorado. Yeah, looks like Eminem's moved to Colorado. Do you get the idea? Does this make sense, guys? That's all. If you got nothing else from today, I know we've been about an hour and 15 minutes. If you got nothing else from today, does this make sense? Okay, Rob says, are you setting up fake GMBs? Yes, we'll come to that. We don't call them fake GMBs. Why? Because we will eventually rent those GMBs to a real website, real company, and they'll become real GMBs, right? You have heard that Google is terminating GMBs. I will tell you something in the online marketing world. Don't listen to everything you hear. It's becoming stricter and stricter. Google is tightening their filters, but trust me. I mean, don't trust everything you hear. Austin says, doesn't that trigger a spam filter? So Austin says, if I put up a GMB name with the exact keyword, doesn't that trigger a spam filter? Great question. It does in certain high-end niches like lawyer, maybe plumber, but not in any of these lower hanging fruits. Think about it. Everybody, most people in the SEO world are behind. Lawyers, dentists, plumbers, HVAC, maybe tree guys, right? Because I'm in a tree guy, I teach tree. I'm in a tree niche and I teach tree. Everybody got a tree. Okay, it's becoming more saturated. And so when Google started seeing everybody do that, they started tightening those filters in those niches. But there's 100 other niches, services. Think about the fans, wood fence, right? I go here, I just put maybe fence company content. Look, Google is suggesting fence company content. Look at this. I just look it up right now. There's no website, brother. Like right here, I've shown you 3 different low-hanging fruits. If somebody is smart enough, you can quickly go and register the domain, put up a GMB, and rank it here. But you don't have to do anything else. Just put a GMB. I'm going to go into details on how to do a lot more. But it makes sense? Okay. Does this make sense, guys? So here is the homework for today, guys. We will meet again Friday, 11 a.m. Let me make sure I don't have anything on Friday, 11 a.m. if I promise you that. Okay, I don't have anything on Friday, 11 a.m. Let's do that. Okay. Let me do this. Give me a 1 if you want Friday. Give me a give me Friday or Wednesday. What do you guys prefer? Friday or Wednesday? Tomorrow, Wednesday, you want 11 a.m. or Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern? What do you prefer? I'll go with the most ones. So if somebody's up for tomorrow, we're good. Give me a Wednesday. If you think Friday, do a Friday. So that one says Wednesday. Nobody else says anything yet. Tomorrow, Wednesday. Oh, son, man, look at that. Mike is a smart dude. He says tomorrow and Friday. Okay, so let's do Wednesday, tomorrow, 11 a.m., 24 hours from now. But this should be interactive. It's not me pouring my heart out. My throat's paining already. It should be interactive. I want you guys to do the homework. Each one of you, if you're serious, okay, here's what I want you to do. Go to this homeadvisor.com. And if you're in Australia or a different city, look for an equivalent of that, like Angie's List or so, and then find the different cities and come up with your own low-hanging fruit. Number 1, if there's no website, maybe you find one that has a website, but it may not have the exact keyword. So either of those. Make sense? So right here, if you're smart enough, I showed you 3 different niches that somebody can make money on right now. Rob says, I'll do the homework. This is worth the time and effort. Absolutely, Rob. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I want to show you stuff that works. I don't want to come and talk for an hour about. Has anybody been on these webinars where these gurus talk for 1 hour of their past and how they struggled? And yeah, I know I want to show that a little bit, but I don't want to listen to somebody talk fluff for an hour. Get to the meat. That's where the money is made. All right. That's what we do. Okay. Awesome, guys. Make sure you put in your email in the Facebook comment or the Zoom. I'm going to email you some stuff. And maybe if I'm in a good mood, I may email you some niches too, low-hanging fruits too. Okay. But that's what I would do. Let me leave you with this. Here's what I would do. So I would just pick a city. So we've picked up Taunton, right? I picked up fencing, painting Taunton. I like this city. Hey, it looks like nobody's in Taunton. I started looking at different niches. I put fencing Taunton and the low-hanging niche in that city. Let me find some other tile. Okay, in the same city, come and put tile company. Okay, let's see that. Oh my God, look at that. The first guy here, the GMB, has no website. Second guy has nothing, like no website, no directions, nothing. Nobody has tile company content. Now, you may ask a question, hey, it says 0 searches a month. Okay. 1, don't believe all the tools all the tools here, but here's the second, third, or whatever tip I've already given you. You come here, you see here, There are 10 tile companies in Yelp already advertising in Yelp in content. You see that? The 10 tile companies already advertising in Angie's List. 10 tile companies in Poach.com. You see that? There's at least 10 Poach.com, Angie's List, even Yelp, they charge. Yelp can be free, but Poach.com on they charge. It's a pay-per-lead model. There are at least 10 companies in content you can send these leads to. We just need 2. Okay, 2 calls a week. Tile, I don't know, installation job cost. Let's just say, okay, 1,500 square. Let's just say a small house, 1,000 square feet. Okay, 9,000. Are you kidding me? For tile installation, even if it's you just send him 1 call a month and he makes 9,000, he'll be happy. You see, that's how you make these low hanging. You find these low hanging fruits, guys. Don't go after the plumber. Don't go after the tree guy or the lawyer or the HVAC guy. These guys here, find a different city. Okay, keep going. This is exactly what I used to do. Keep going. I'll be like, never heard of Portland, Texas. Let me try Portland, Texas. And then I would just say Portland, yes, by the way, Texas. And then I would look this up. Texas is big, so maybe this is not a low-hanging fruit. They got 135 reviews and all that. If I see a lot of reviews, I stay away. So not good. You get the idea? Fargo, North Dakota. Never heard of that. Let's try that. Fargo, North Dakota. You see that? Then I would say put my fencing Fargo. Okay, look at this. Okay, this can be a low-hanging fruit. It's not the lowest hanging fruit. Okay, they got websites, they got reviews. One guy's got keyword. So I would move away from that. Maybe I would do 3 removal, but just try that and you get the idea, right? Keep going, okay? And that's how you would say. So spend your time, do your due diligence. If there's no 3-pack, you move on. Yeah, I would say you move on. There's a whole reason behind that. I'll come a different time, okay? So that's about it, guys. I don't want to take too much time. I need a drink now, but you get the idea, okay? If anyone's got any questions, go ahead, but make sure those of you who put your email in the Zoom chat, if you don't mind, put it on in the Facebook Live also, because once I stop the Zoom, I may not have access to the Zoom chat, I'm thinking. So maybe put it on the Facebook Live also. That way, you know what I'm saying. I have it and I can email you the slides and all that, but you get the idea, right? But I hope this helped, guys. Give me a mind blown in the Facebook, or it helped or something, so I understand. Okay, that was worth it. Okay, so then we can go there. Okay. Oh, Shabazz, great one. Shabazz says you're going to show us a website that generates leads without GMB. Shabazz, all right, I'll leave you with this, guys. Okay. Rob says, what's the Facebook group URL? Okay. Let me show the Facebook group. This is the Facebook group. Make sure you guys are in this Facebook group. I'll put it in the chat in Zoom if you're not already there. Okay. But the Shabazz is a smart guy. He's like, what's the website that we have that I don't have a GMB. It's a case study we did. Here's the website. You go junk removal Ypsilanti, Michigan. Okay. This was a case study we did just to show people you can generate leads without a GMB. Junk removal Ypsilanti, Michigan. It's only got 20 searches a month. The population of Ypsilanti is only 20,000 population. It's very, very less. Okay. And I don't have a GMB. And my website is this junk removal Ypsilanti. Okay. You guys can see my screen, right? Shabazz, can you give me a 1 if you can see my screen? You guys can see my junk removal website. Okay, yes, perfect. Thanks, Dhaval. Yeah. You look at this website, you can go reverse engineer it. Okay. Such a ugly looking website. Like, you see this? Like, ugly looking website. Look at that. It's not even like a real website, but we did some work. Okay. I must have spent $12 on the domain. This content, probably $20, copy pasted and spun it from different websites. So $32, one PBN link for like $20, like less than $100 I spent. I probably get 2 to 3 calls a week, every week, 2 to 3 calls. Maybe next time I should share the phone call with, okay. No, I did not pay for this website. My developer did the website. So $12 for the domain. Content was copy pasted and spun. So maybe $20 for the spun software. Website design, I have my developer, but if I pay somebody, could I pay $30? Like $100, right? And this is on page 1 for this keyword. It's a small one. All that. Josh says, you'll be the next episode of Coders. Yeah. Rob says, could you put a click to call on the page about the fold? Click to call on the page. Yeah, see, there's not like this. Yeah, I need to. This is not even conversion wise the best or anything, right? The phone number is not on the top right, nothing. This is a bad looking website, haphazardly done, get calls. That's what I'm saying, right? So awesome, guys. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock a.m., we will continue. I'm going to knock it in my calendar right now. Okay, masterclass. We'll continue. If you have make sure you put your email address on the Zoom, on the Facebook live comments. I'll send you the slides also, but we'll meet tomorrow. But most important thing, guys, do your homework, find the low-hanging fruit. If somebody can give me a low-hanging fruit tomorrow, I will pick that, and every session we meet, maybe next 2-3 sessions we meet, we'll walk through it and we'll do the work and rank that site so you make the money. Okay. Same Zoom link, no new Zoom link, the same Zoom link. All right, guys, because the same Zoom link, but tomorrow morning I'll put it also in the post. Okay. With that, over and out, guys. Thank you.